Good day, everybody. Day 4 here for the limited Monkey King series. So, see, day 4, we get the helmet there. We're also getting a rare book. We can put that into Aethel. We got a free gear removal, too. This right now won't really benefit us too much, but it is the best time to get once a month. They usually give you 3 or 4 days of free gear removal. It is the absolute best time if you want to upgrade your gear on your damage champs. So I'll go into it quickly to show you. Up here you'll get a... Sorry, just gotta get this silver pack and the free stuff. Just get those red dots away. So up here you can see there's this little helmet. It gives the gear removal. It tells you got 3 days, 5 hours left. This happens about once a month. It's usually either at the very end of a month or the first week end going into a new month, depending where the new month falls. They do try and line it up with like an artifact upgrade event. Usually they're decent like that. Like it's one of the rare times that like Plarium and Raid are giving you the best of both worlds. Um, Come into the game, checking your clan, all that kind of stuff. Got some more energy. That's great. Um, so we're gonna give Aethel that book. We'll throw 2 into her. But over time, you're just kind of feeding her books. You don't want to max these until you get to the mission for it to max a rare or epic champion stats. It's the last line of one of the challenges. So that's why I've been like taking my time versus thing versus just like firing the books in and firing the chickens into Aethel and stuff. Because these achievements here, they change as you go. For champions level 20. We can do that one right now. Grab this uncommon champion here. What I wanted to go over though is so just a reminder: every day, do your 7 daily missions. Once a week, you'll get all these completed. You should be able to do this no problem through the week, and then you'll get your free ancient shard and 500 account XP and all this account XP here. And then under the month, every 30 days, you'll get the void shard and sacred shard, as well as all the energy down here, some silver, some gems. Overall, for gems, if you're not including tournament and events, you'll get probably, in let's say you're getting 10 a day from Clan Boss at the very lowest. You'll get about anywhere from 500 to 1,000, depending how on the high or low you are. And that's just early on starting. Um, Eventually, you'll be able to buy the gem mine down here. I suggest waiting till after your 90th day of play to buy the gem mine. It is up to you when you buy it. It costs 1,500 gems to max it out. It takes 90 days to get those 150 or 1,500 gems back out of it to break even. So just keep that in mind. You get about 17 a day. So again, keep that in mind. It takes a long time. Same with buying these extra slots for champion training. You can just throw an uncommon in here. Most champion ranks, no matter if it's level 2, like a 2 star here, like this guy, or if you're putting in a 3 star. The first few levels in here, the timer's really low. If you put in a champion who's level 4 star, level 31, you see all of a sudden it's 2 hours and 11 minutes just to finish that little chunk of XP. If this was a legendary, all of a sudden it's 2.5 hours and it's even less XP, like less of an amount left in the level. It's just meaning they need more because they need more XP each level they go up, so it just means more time. So you're better to put fresh champions in here, and just either if you can't be bothered, just once or twice a day, click in here to make sure they're getting their levels, and you'll keep generating food that way. Otherwise, keep track of it and rotate them out at like level 15 to 20ish, and especially if they're 3 star or above, because the last few levels you can just do in campaign or feed brews to them. Over here, you're gonna see the dungeon areas. Each day, so right now when you first start the game, you have all your potion keeps open, so it's very easy for you to get the first few potion keep sections of the Arbiter missions done. For any reason, if you didn't focus on this, you can do these once at once. One of these 3 will be open once a day a week, so you get 2 days each on these. The Void Keep is only open on Sundays. The Iron Twins affinity is usually tied to the affinity of the potion keep of that day. So see how he's Spirit, the green one? That means this keep would be open for today, which this video is being filmed on a Thursday. The next keep to open from Spirit is usually the Force Keep. and then it goes magic, and then void. The only time you will lose one of these is if it's running into a Sunday, so it might go spirit, and then Friday it's force, and then Saturday it's magic, and then Sunday it's void, and then it would be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday again here. That's how it should work out. Sometimes there's the odd time they just rotation wise, you one of these will be in the opposite kind of thing, just like layover. Anyway, the arcane keep is always open. It's open 7 days a week. You can do it whenever you want. Same with these dungeons here. Now these locked ones you eventually will open, but you shouldn't, even when they open, they're opening way too early for you. They ascend your gear, so it'll give your gear these. We're not even high enough level to see it yet, but on your artifacts, you'll be able to go down here, which I can't do till I'm count level 38, but it lets you ascend the gear up to the maximum amount of stars of the item. So if it's a 6 star, you can ascend it 6 times. You can also re-roll the ascensions. You do go through, it's like a crafting powder. I'll cover that in one of the final videos when we're closer to level 38. But in terms of the potion keeps, just make sure you're doing a couple runs every day of whatever potion keeps open. Especially focus on the ones that your starter champions need. So for us, for instance, we need the magic keep for Aethel, and we need the spirit keep for Monkey King. The magic keep doubles down for Tagore and for some of our other support champions, and the spirit keep doubles down for Corrado. Or if you started with Elenaril, you'll see she's magic, so Elhain and her will double down, and then Vergus and Monkey King will both benefit here from the keep. If you started with Corrado Fox Hunter, he'll be Spirit Affinity as well. And if you started with Tholen, he'll be Force Affinity, this color here, the red one. If you were able to start a Supreme Gallic account way back, like 30 days ago when the code still worked, or Tuhanarak, you'll need to do the Void Keep. The first few days, I highly suggest just grinding get as deep as you can. You can probably get to about stage 10 to 11 area, just to try and get enough of these superior potions to ascend to Hanorok or Supreme Gallic to the tier 3 ascension to get their passives for them. After doing that, you're going to focus, out of these dungeons here in the middle, you're going to focus here to the Minotaur eventually, but you're in the Minotaur gives these scrolls. These unlock your champion masteries. Now you need a heap of runs in here, 600 gems worth of refills. So that's why a lot of people suggest for your first champion to just do this. Once you have 800 gems, click this, and you can just buy that champion's masteries without wasting the time in the Minotaur. On this topic, Raid for the first time after years is finally releasing a Minotaur event that the Minotaur will have super raids, which that means is it will do 2 runs at once. So you'll be doubling up your scrolls. It'll still be using the same amount of energy. It'll be using twice the amount for 2 runs, but you'll be getting twice the results faster rate. So as you can see for here, for Ice Golem, we have super raids already as an option once we beat this, but Minotaur does not have this ability, neither do the potion keeps. I don't know if they're going to add it for the potion keeps, but people would like them to, because the potion keeps late game are very, like, you don't even go to them anymore, you don't ever touch them. What happens is once you get to late game, you do this area here, the Cursed City, and you'll get heaps of potions from that, as well as from Doom Tower, that you never, ever, ever have to step foot in these 5 dungeons again. So these might as well disappear. Like, I'm just saying, they're late, like when you get into late game, which is, let's say, about a year into the game or after, you will never go into these keeps. Minotaur you will always be doing, no matter how often or not often you want to, so just keep that in mind. As gems are very uncommon or less common until you're in mid game and getting them from your 4 clan boss chests a day. The main dungeons here you should focus on is early on is Dragon for the speed, lifesteal, and accuracy sets. Once you start doing Doom Tower, you're going to want to get a decent set of artifacts for this set, the Destroy set, and put them on the uncommon champion Armiger, this one here. Sorry, wrong faction. 1 second. So this champion has, it's very rare for an uncommon to have this ability, but he's the only one that does. An enemy max HP nuke. There's only about 10 champions in the whole game that have this. So he hits them for their max HP, does a heap of damage with this. Once it's booked, you just feed copies of himself to book him. And then this ability as well, turn meter manipulation. So you get speed, crit rate, and you need to tank him up. He is a defense-based champion, so he benefits from being tanked up. And you're going to pair him with another champion that will put a shield on him to keep him alive during the Scarab is the boss I'm talking about in the Doom Tower. And he uses the destroy set to destroy the Scarab's max HP, which reduces the Scarab's shield. Also, early game, you'll be doing this area here, the Faction Wars. It unlocks to level 20. All these rewards at the bottom you get for free as you're trying to progress through these sections of the game. Whatever starter champion you picked, their keep will be open first. So as you can see, Aethel pairs well with a lot of the starter champions that you get from campaign. Monkey King is the Skinwalker's faction here. As you can see, you gotta wait a whole week, 7 days to get that open again, because it was open yesterday. And then we have Dwarf faction open. This is one of the ones that's open today normally, as well as the Sylvan Watcher. As you can see, sometimes you don't even have champions from that faction, so you can't even begin to farm it yet. Next, this area here has the clan bosses in it. We only have the main clan boss unlocked. Hydra unlocks level 45 and Chimera at level 33. Once you have 1 to 2 6 stars in some okay gear, you can attempt Chimera easy. You should be able to get like 3 to 5 million damage in there, so you get your first 2 chests as long as your clan that you're in is killing it. And then Hydra, honestly, the 45 is a little early to be letting you in here. You're going to be, unless you're spending money in the game, you're not going to be doing Hydra until probably your 60th, like 2 months in kind of thing, 60th day, 2 months in to 3 months in. Just because it's very gear intensive and champion intensive, you're going to need 6 to 12 6-star champions who have ally protect, shield, block debuff, remove buff, like buff strippers. You're going to need healers, revivers. You're going to need 2 to 3 damage dealers that are nuking the Hydra heads for significant damage, which Monkey King is great for. So overall, he covers some of those bases, but you still need good supports around him to keep the team alive while he's doing damage. You also need multiple damage dealers, because if one of your damage dealers gets eaten, the Hydra heads eat your champions every 7 turns. So you have to have another damage champion that can free your first damage champion from being eaten, or your support, whoever gets eaten. Over here we have the basic clan boss. Now you can start doing this clan boss early on. As you can see, your first chest, to get the first chest, you only need to do 85,000 damage. But if you want to get the max chest to be able to get some of these rewards, these are all what they can contain. You're going to want to do over 1 million damage. Right now, with as it stands, I'm just going to burn a key and show you. These champions, remember, are barely geared. There's barely anything on them. We're just going to throw them in here and see how they do. I think at most we'll get 200,000 or 300,000. Let's see what happens. If you're ever curious what these symbols are up here, you can hit info and it'll tell you we put a block buff and a weaken on the clan boss. So that stopped him from getting his increased attack and placing decreased attack on a few of our champions, which still happened. But he has another ability here which gives him an increased attack. The block buffs stop that from going on him, and these champions are keeping the block buffs on him. So as they're going, they just put an HP burn on him, so you can see the new debuff is right there, HP burn. And here's all the buffs that are on Monkey King right now. Via Vergus, continuous heal, increased damage, reflect, and now he's just got increased attack on him. He stole that from the clan boss. So we did a bit more damage than I thought. I think we're going to at least get the easy chest, the very, very first clan boss chest. And remember, Monkey King's only wearing a few pieces of gear here. He doesn't have lifesteal active yet or anything. So he's down, and we did 300,000 damage. and Monkey King did 100,000 of 118,000. Elenaril did 163,000. But if you look here, Elenaril is only wearing a 4-piece lifesteal set level 4, and Monkey King is only wearing 2 pieces of lifesteal and 2 pieces of attack, and he's only getting this attack buff. So, I'm sorry you can hear my cat in the background there. It's late at night and she wants a snack. It's very hot here today, so she's. And as you can see, at level 20, we gained Tagore, so he's another epic for us. You have 100 days to use some of these, and then sometimes like this one, you can only use them. You only have 5-day countdown on them. That happens with your clan versus clan rewards as well. Over here, going to the promo code, we did PP 500 the other day to get the Plarium play points for pushing the Morag Bronze Clock champion push. So we only have about 250 to get for her. Today we will try a different promo code. We'll try... That one's expired, as you see, so you can try a few different ones, but if you try more than 3 or 4, it will block you for an hour from putting them in. So the next one we'll do is new player gift. And then we can try 1 week. Can't do that one. You only do that one on Samsung devices. Some of the codes are limited to when you can use them. I'm trying to remember what the... So see, this one gave us Bellower, 3 books, 11 brews. So another champion code. Bellower is a great AoE farmer. He's Void Affinity as well. So he's another rare we can work on later down the road. As you can see, for these arena refill tokens, they're on a 24-hour cooldown, and this one only has 33 minutes left. So when you're running low on time, you just want to make sure, oh, I need to focus on that for a quick minute and jump in and get the battles in so you don't lose that resource. Because once they time out, they're gone. They disappear. So very much so a use it or lose it scenario. Now, if you're really do or die on time, I can use like 3 of these and then still use, say there's only like 2 minutes left on grabbing the tokens and I don't want to lose it in case a battle goes too long. I can just use it to get the 3 medals back. Even if I only got spot for 3, I could use it and it'll just tell me I'm gonna lose 2 medals if I do use it. Hopefully they fixed it, but just so you know too, if you just let Plarium, like the in-game, if you let Raid decide, oh, you want to use your arena refill, it might tell you your medal, like here's a 5 medal refill, but it might give you the one you got today, not the one you got yesterday, if you still have the yesterday one available. It always prioritizes the ones near the top, sometimes out of order. It might just choose whatever one has the lowest cooldown, which might not be the one you're aiming to use. So it's better to go into your overflow, your stash, and use it yourself. Put it in yourself. Okay, so now that I have 5 battles there, I can go, if I don't want to collect this energy again, you can wait, you don't have to collect it right away. If you want to let your energy refill for the day, depending on how much time you have to play. Now, this being at the top, you might click it, but this says a whole day left on it, where this one's 31 minutes. So we're going to grab that one. Now this has 5 days left, so you don't want to forget you're going to lose that multi-battle in 5 days. And don't forget to check in here for the rewards you're going to get. And just a reminder, Call of the Arbiter series, all of these have rewards to get. There's lots of energy in here, arena refills, and there's 500,000 silver. If you hit the play button in the middle there, it'll open the YouTube video in your browser. You don't need to watch it, but this was a promo code series. The final one gives you a chicken, 4-star chicken. This one gives you some brews and some energy. All of them give energy and something. This gives rarity charms for forging artifacts. And as you can see, we won't get the forge until level 30 anyway, but those charms will still be there. They stack up. We still have only gained 1 ancient shard in the meantime, as a heads up. These are all the different types of ways to get champions. These are for the fusion events, as well as some of these you get from in-game. This is from the Chimera. This you can only get from recycling fragments of champions from fusions you failed. So you might have 40 fragments for a legendary fusion, which will allow you to get a certain amount of these. Here's the breakdown. up here. So 5 epic champion fragments from a failed fusion will give you 1 exchange point. 5 exchange points are a chest. So legendaries are 1-to-1. So say you got 90 fragments for a fusion, but you've unfortunately failed it. Those 90 can be turned into 90 points. 90 divided by 5, you get 45 chests. Or no, 9 chests. You'll get 9 chests, sorry. So you get 9 chests from here. I'm just tired, sorry, it's late at night. And then in those 9 chests, you can get 9 of these items. So you might get lucky. No, I've never seen anyone get it, but you might get 3 times 9. You get 1 to 3 rolls in the fragments, but you might get 3 times 9. So you might get 27 fragments for the fusion, or you might get 5 and a whole bunch of these other rewards. It takes 60 days, usually 40 to 60 days, for the fragments from the past fusion to cool down so you can actually sacrifice them. This is from spending money in the game. It's not a great legendary, so I don't suggest chasing it. This is a legendary you get for referring friends to the game, and if they get to account level 50, you'll get the fragments for this champion. You do need to get 6 friends to get to level 50 to get this, or do referrals yourself, and there's videos all over YouTube on how to do that. This champion you get from the 3v3 arena or clan shop. I'll show you where to get them in a second. This is from Doom Tower. This is from Doom Tower, Doom Tower, Doom Tower, Doom Tower, Doom Tower. She is from the clan shop. She is from Hydra. Is the only way to get her. You cannot pull her ever. You get him from the clan shop as well. Doom Tower, Doom Tower, Doom Tower. This is the champion you get from Siege, a current player versus player event that goes on once every 3 weeks. It's clan versus clan, and this is the only way to get this champion as well. You cannot pull her. She is a very good late game champion. This is a champion that does sleep, and she's good for the Sand Devil, one of those dungeons I was talking about for Ascensions. You got for free if 3 friends get to level 10, so it's much easier to achieve getting this epic champion. This is one of the first epic champions you get from Doom Tower, from doing the secret rooms. This is the one you get once you finish him, and so on and so forth. And these are the champions. None of these champions can be pulled from shards. For the most part, there's a few in here that can be, like these 2 down here you can get from shards, but the main place you get them, I can't show you the shop, but is the this clan shop. Here's the legendary fragments here. Do not be fooled by this. This is a skin. There's very few skins in the game, but this is one of the only ones you can get for free. But they're trying to, oh, you see this is the cheapest of these 3, and you think it's a cheap legendary. No, this is see the t-shirt there? That's a skin, so don't be fooled by that. This is a great place to get chickens, as well as forge materials. You see there's more forge materials here. This is the chaos dust needed to re-roll when you're ascending artifacts. And as you can see here, if this clan was a higher level, I would have been able to buy our 6-star artifacts here, which is great for new player accounts. It's just very difficult to get that on your first week. Like that, if you get on the first week and in the clan here, under clan quests, you're able to get some of these missions you're able to complete very easily, then you would be able to buy that 6-star artifact set very quickly, and it'll help you progress a lot faster. So progression rewards, I haven't accepted any of them yet, but this is the ones we've gotten just in the 3 days. So keep that in mind. I'll take these ones for now. This one I'm going to save for later. If you click your XP banner here, you can see how many days you got left in. So I only have 1 day left on it. So just for that sake, I will take this one, and it just stacks. So I have 1 day and 16 hours. It just stacks it on top. You can choose to save them, though, if you want to save them for champion training events. Again, over here, you don't need to collect these until you need them. That's where these are here. We went over that. Now, these red dots, sometimes you just can't get rid of them. So this is a new thing they just added to the game. Unfortunately, you see, like, the amount of points needed to finish on these, you need to be very endgame, usually spenders or very time-dedicated players. So just keep that in mind. This is not meant for new players. And we finished one of our challenges here. We'll take that and claim the extra. You don't have to do it right away, but gotten a free arena free fill there. And it goes up here. It's on a 1 day countdown. So again, it's better to just leave it there until you're done the whole row of challenges. and then you can claim it and use it whenever you'd like. This here, we have to summon 3 champions, but we're overflowed, so just make sure you're coming in here. Now you can either choose 3 champions to put them in the reserve vault, as long as they're not wearing artifacts. Or you can click on one of the champions here, go in here, and you can choose the common champions and feed them away. It'll level up the champion you fed them to, and then it gives you some rune to pull some more shards. It is highly suggested to save your ancient, the blue shards, the purple shards, and the yellow shards, as well as the red ones as you get them, for when there are events that are 2 times rates to pull legendary or epic champions on. The game sometimes tricks you and might have a gold portal, but it's a 15 to 25x. Those are getting a certain champion is slightly increased. It's only about 4%, but they're telling you, it makes you think there might be a 2x. I'll show you where here to always check and make sure that the 2x is active. You hit this little eye up here, it shows you the rates. If the 2x is active, this row would be yellow, and all these numbers would be higher. So if it was sacreds, this would actually drop down to, I think, 88%, and then this would go up to 12%. Because the only things you can get from a sacred shard are epics or voids, or legendaries. When you have the ancient shards here, this will go up to 1%, this will go up to 16%, and then this one would drop. Don't pull your, that just goes the same for the void and primal shards. The mythicals will never be greater than 1%, and legendaries goes up to 2. And then you'll have 32% chance to get an epic on primal shards. It's very rare they do a 2x event where all 3 of these will be active for primals. Primals are very hard to get, so don't just rip them and open them. It's suggested anyway, do not just open them as you're getting them. Save them for, there's only a 2x event usually every 2 or 3 months. Alright, and if you're ever curious, say you're fighting a champion in the game and you're ever curious about them, like say you fought this champion and you're curious what they do, you can come down here to the index and look for them, or at least get their name. You're like, oh, this guy's Cillian. You read his abilities, you maybe don't understand them. You can go online and search for YouTube videos or search for certain resource websites like Yumilove or Hell Hades, and they have pretty big database websites that'll break all the champions down for you and tell you what they're doing and why they're good. You might be like in arena and you keep seeing Rhonda. Certain champions you see you cannot get anymore, so just keep that in mind. There's about 10 of them. Rhonda is one of them. She was only available during a pass event, and same goes for where is it? This champion here. He was a free login legendary during a Monster Hunter collaboration. You cannot pull these champions from the Monster Hunter collab, which is unfortunate because he was very good. Another champion you can no longer get is where are they? Xena. She was another champion. She's from a 90s television show Lucy Lawless was starred in. Xena Warrior Princess. It ran along with Hercules, but she was another promo event. You can't get her. I'm also going to point out that you cannot get... Where is he? You can't get this champion. She is amazing, but unfortunately you cannot get her anymore. And I think he's under Sacred Order. There he is. They did a He-Man and Skeletor event. You cannot get these champions anymore. I'm sorry to tell you. They did a very limited promo event with them, and it's unfortunate because He-Man is actually a very, very good champion in Arena. And Skeletor, he was the login one. He was the one they gave for free. He was okay. But He-Man definitely... Why is Skeletor not in there? Is he in the demon spawn? Where did they put him? Night Rev? Sorry, I've never actually looked at what faction he's part. Yeah, they put him in Night Revenant. Okay. But there's Skeletor. You can't get him either anymore. I'm trying to see if there's anyone else I'm missing. So there's other special event champions they've added to the game, like Mad Hatter here from the Alice Wonderland series. You can still get all the Alice Wonderland champions from pulls, so Alice you can get for free as a starter. This is one of the Monster Hunter champions you can get as well. You can't get this one anymore. So just know there's maybe about 10 champions in the game you're going to see that you might run into that you unfortunately cannot get. There are also some champions that you can only get from beating certain parts of the game to unlock them. I pointed a few of them out to you. Some champions you cannot pull until you've already pulled them, like fused them. So it actually tells you here in this paragraph all the names of the champions you cannot get. Cannot be summoned from any shard. Cannot be summoned from sacreds or primals. So why these ones were removed is because they're all login epics, and the community got extremely mad getting them from their Mercy. They might have got them as a Lego Mercy, or they might have gotten them as their one of their Shard Mercies, or even just as an epic. And they're like, why am I getting an epic I got for free? Got pretty upset. In here, you'll see the Mercy system. This is how they get added. This is how many shards of that type you have to open till this number starts going up. So after 12 summons with no legendary of a sacred, it'll go up from 12. It starts at 6%. So without it 2 times, it's at 6, and then it goes up to 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, so on. Until you get to about 20%, and then you're almost guaranteed at that point, and that kicks in around shard about 17, 18. Over here, if you're very unlucky, you'll get to like shard 20 to 24, and that's like extremely unlucky to get to that point. Over here, primals and voids and ancients they get to about 220 shards opened till it procs 100% that you get the legendary. So keep that in mind. Primals are a little bit different because this is on the legendaries are a little bit lower. It's down to 75. Which if you get 75 primals in a year, you're doing very well and lucky because they're very hard to get. But yeah, I think that covers most fusion and champion areas of the game. One final thing I will go into: when you're doing arena here, you're gonna get arena medals. These medals unlock this section of the game and your Great Hall. This takes about a year to finish let's even say getting these all to rank 9, about a year to 18 months. So just keep that in mind as a free-to-play player. It takes a very long time to do this. It's really good idea to focus on, like, say you've got a lot of, like, we have Sun Wukong, and say we want his attack damage just to lock in and choose that stat. We would choose upgrade. We need 50 medals to do that, so 50 bronze. As you can see, as it's going up, it gets more expensive. Getting 900 gold medals takes like 3 weeks. So keep this in mind unless you're burning gems to refill your arena battles. So, and then this area here, the area bonuses, that unlocks with Live Arena. That's a whole other thing to tackle. I'll go into that later on in another video. So in here, one thing I'm going to do right before the end is just put those last 2 pieces on Sun Wukong. And now he has the lifesteal bonus from the set. There are 2-piece sets and 4-piece sets. There's also, down the road, you'll see 9-piece sets. So that's all power scaling in the game. You'll get this bug sometimes, so just be aware it happens when you're upgrading artifacts. To get it to go away, you just have to uncheck instant upgrades. But then all of a sudden you'll see it rolls to level 8, and then the bug is gone, and you can level up one by one if you'd like. Again, I'm only going to put it to level 11, and I'm going to leave it there. Now these artifacts that I'm putting on Sun Wukong, they will always roll the same base stats, but how they roll as you're leveling them up is always random. So excellent, this hits speed. We're hoping they all hit speed or crit rate. Early on, though, attack damage is better, the percent. So that's not too bad. If this went 1-1-1, it would be great. On rares, it'll only roll 2. You can only upgrade 2 stats. On epics, these purple ones, you can roll 3. On legendary items, all 4 stats are unlocked, and you can roll 4. You can roll up to 4 times. So you can get +4 to speed, and it'll roll this 4 times as a multiplier. You can also get 1, 1, 1, 1. So just a quick breakdown on artifact upgrading there. Rework is something that comes later. That's what those powders are for as well. But you'll need a different resource to re-roll your artifacts. You can only do it once per artifact, as a heads up. And as you can see, we can choose our second mastery for Sun Wukong, and we can choose to tank him up early, because you can reset these masteries once for free. But right now we're just not going to use that. Alright. And there we go, we got our level. Alright. But overall, I think that's a good 1, 2, 3 for the day. I hope this helped you out learning the early ins and outs of the game. And I look forward to diving deeper into the game in episode 3. Probably go into getting a team together for dungeons and how to choose like your support champions and that kind of stuff. Again, I'm already going to have these two support champions here because of the referral link that's in the description below. But if you don't choose this one, there's other ones available. And the different YouTubers you hop around to might have a different reward link. There's also some websites you can find down the road that'll give you different options. Again, we chose Sun Wukong here. That's who the whole series will be around, and that's who we're going to build the team around here. A lot of these other champions, we're just going to put them over here into the vault, or we're going to level them up and use them as food as we're going. I hope you had a great time. Follow and subscribe if you're enjoying the series, and I appreciate your time, and thanks for stopping by the Sun Wukong Limited Series. Enjoy the rest of your week. I'll see you in video 3.